welcome back to Design a Dungeon. We are working on Dungeon of the Wolves. In the last episode, we finished out the upper overworld, the entry point for the player. So we got the start point set, and we put in some mobs. So let's go to the start point. Spawn. Okay. So this is the start point. I've got a couple of chests here with some basic items for whoever's running the dungeon. Now they can run straight to the dungeon, or they can build a house and kill some mobs and get some wood and just build a house, get some sheep. There's some hidden chests around that we put in the last episode that has some goodies if they choose to actually explore. There's a whole chest of, there's about 10 chests hidden around in this entry area. So that should give them plenty of starting equipment. So in this episode, we are going to actually start building out the dungeon, and then we need to figure out how to set no clip on no clip. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're underneath our dungeon right now. We can see all the lava surrounding it. And what we're going to need to do is we have to contain the players inside our dungeon because we don't want them getting out, like digging out. You get the point. So each level in our dungeon, we need to create a prefab, basically, that is a level of the dungeon. So I'm going to make a big, huge cutout of the world underneath that is going to be basically our, that's going to be the outer edge of our dungeon area. So we're going to do it a little bit lower. Okay, we're going to start right about here. Oops. Here. Okay, that's 64. Perfect. We're going to expand it out this way to the edge here. Hopefully these videos help you guys in creating your dungeons for people. Okay, so if you see what we're doing, we're basically going to cut out I'm going to make sure that I'm not clipping into any of our world, and we're not. So we're going to cut out a huge section that's going to be the dungeon area. Okay, how big is that? That looks great. So now we're going to, now that we've got the area selected, we're going to clear, and we're going to execute the command. Perfect. Now we have a empty giant. Oh, let's clear our next selection. Perfect. Look at that. We have a giant area to use for our dungeon. So now we need to go back up and see. So once the player drops down, the player is going to drop into what's going to become our dungeon under here. So each level of the dungeon, as they go down to face the boss at the very bottom, they'll work their way down. Now, I want to put lava around this box in all the sides. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to contain the player inside. And so if they break through a wall, I want lava to pour on their face. So you get it, basically. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go down and we're going to select, basically, I don't know why it's not going up. That is really far away from us. Okay. We're going to select, make sure that's correct. Yeah, so we're leaving a section on all sides because we're going to fill it with lava, right? So we're going to go and we're going to put our first wall. This is going to be our base, where basically like the ground floor. Now, if they fall down here, they will run into, we're going to fill it with lava. And it's going to put lava on the entire bottom of our map. Execute command. Boom. Look at that. Lava floor. Perfect. Okay. So now, if they dig through our map and try to, if they get all the way to the bottom, they will run into the lava. And you're like, well, why didn't you put it all the way to the edge? Well, we will. But first, I want to make sure that I put a inner wall to contain the outer lava. So we're going to delete that selection. We're going to select again, and we're going to put a wall here. So I think this episode is pretty much laying out the boundaries and we may have some time to work on the entrance a little bit. But I did decide and started working on the page where you can go to itch.io and download this dungeon to play for yourself. So now we're going to put a wall here, and you'll see what we're going to eventually do. So we want the lava, and we want a wall of... we want it to really be clear that this is the outer wall of the dungeon. So let's just use a specific block that's not used anywhere else in the game, in the dungeon, so that there's a really clear, like, you have reached. Yeah, let's do Blackwood. Oh, let's do this one. Okay. This one's really cool. All right, so we are going to fill it with that. Okay, perfect. Delete our selection. We will see what we did. Oh, there's not a lot of light down here, so yet, but you can see basically like this is going to contain the outer section of lava. There's going to be a strip of lava right here, so that the player, if they try to bust through that, or this type of block, will be their boundary defining line. So if they go beyond it, there will be lava on the outside, and we'll fill it in with lava once we're done creating this boundary. So we'll get down here, make sure we're doing our selection. Okay, we'll do another wall. This is just really important to contain the player inside your dungeon, because you don't want them like getting out and falling or mining forever. You want them to have a really defined space that they can that they have to stay in, you know, basically. And we can execute that same command. Fill, it took it away. I don't know why it took it away, but it did. Okay. Perfect. So that's our second containing wall, and we can see if we look, let's delete our selection. Again, if we look, we can see that we have room for another layer of lava. Okay, and then we need 2 more walls, and then we'll put in the layer of lava behind it, and it should fill in the bottom, the lava. So I'm not too worried about putting more lava. But we are hopefully going to start working on the actual, I will get definitely a little bit, I think, of the dungeon entrance today in this episode, as we dive forward. No. I left flight mode for some reason, because I'm silly like that. Okay. Perfect. Now I didn't get it as high as the other one, but that's fine. The main point is just, wonder if I should get it as high. Probably. Wondering if I should put like some markers so I can make sure that I have it at least as high. But it's fine. Okay, that'll work. And we've got one more side, and then we can fill the outside with the lava. I'm very, very, very excited. Hold on one second. Oh, sick. Okay, sorry. So I'm creating a dungeon for Big Dude to use, and he was testing his dungeon submission, and he was just telling me how much he loved the starting area that we've created. So he's like, "Is this ready? Can I play it?" And I'm like, "No, we're not ready yet." So give me. I'm gonna try to finish this as fast as I can. Maybe I will stay up late tonight and try to get this dungeon ready for him. But it's gonna be a lot of work to get all the rooms and stuff ready. But he's excited about it, so I'm excited as well. Okay, so there we go. He's all hyped up about it now. Give me 1 second. Let me... All right, I'm back. Sorry. He's being a chatterbug. Okay, let's fill out the outside with lava. That way that's done and we don't have to worry about it anymore. Just want to make sure we're not passing. I don't want to go too far up. Okay. Lava time. Perfect. Look at the lava. Fill in that outside area and not inside of our... Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. Now we have a nice contained dungeon. Lava on the bottom, lava on the sides. So we'll delete that selection. We will start up here since we know where the bottom is. So let's just start our selection up here and get this side done first. Okay, and then we can go down from here. It really doesn't take that long with these tools. Once you get the hang of it. Okay, we have another level of lava. Perfect, and it's not bleeding into our world. Perfect, perfect. I love the glow up there. That's so ominous. All right, let's get the other walls done of it. We are making progress. It looks like there's just a little slit. We might want to clear off and just let there be the lava kind of glow visible at the top of the map in case we have any areas that are... you know, I like that glow. It kind of says, like, be careful, don't go too far, or you'll find yourself SOL. Lava on all the sides now. We just got one more side to go. And it looks like we have two sides that need to be, let's delete that, brought down just one. So we'll do that in a second, but let's go on and finish this lava here. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Did it already fill this whole outer area? Maybe it did. Did we already finish all the areas? I thought we missed a point. Well, let's take off the top block and see where we're at as far as the glow. These modding tools are super, super powerful. There's going to be so many great things created. Okay, so let's use the command clear now, and that will clear off the top and delete our selection so we can see. Okay, so we've got glow on this side, we've got glow on that side. So glow is not on this side, so we can see where we've not put lava yet. I was confused, but we're good now. Okay. Making progress. We're almost there. We'll have the boundary of lava. Protecting our dungeon. And he did post, like, the guidelines for a dungeon, but it's pretty basic. I mean, like any dungeon, you need a very clear, like, preparation start area since you don't start with anything in a new world. And so he was just posting, like, because other people will submit dungeons to him as well. Check out Big Dude on YouTube and subscribe, like his videos. He is awesome creator, and we are becoming friends. We haven't known each other very long, only maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So we have got lava glow all over the top. Look at that. Okay. So you guys will see my vision for this. So we've got lava on all the sides so that the person will know that this is the edge. And if they don't, they are going to be very, very much screwed. And they can also see the glow up here. I like that. Okay, so we are going to work on our dungeon's entrance into our area down here. I love that you can see the fish through the water. That's so cool. Okay, so this is our... I'm going to go on, and so the player is going to basically get to the point where they have to do a leap of faith into the dungeon. And I want to make it where they don't die from fall damage. But we're going to go on and use the selection tool to... I don't know how far the player can drop. Maybe we can drop into some water. That would be actually great. Okay, so that's great. So that will keep them from fall damage. And we want to get them well past the upper point of this level. Okay, I think we will have them fall like that. So let's clear that selection. And that will open up the tunnel. Getting lost in what I'm doing. Okay, clear. Okay, so now let's delete our selection. Okay, so the player comes, and basically to enter the dungeon, they will fall into water. But I want them to fall... they're going to kind of like see the lava glow and fall into the dungeon, which is kind of exciting because I want them to be super scared and freaked out right off the bat. And we'll have tons of surprises for them. Okay, so I'll have to clear up the walls here, and I think I could do that with just the selection tool. Make this all the same. Yeah, let's use the selection tool, and we're going to just make this really simply. I should have just done this way before, but it'll be quicker this way. Okay, and then fill with our block. Perfect. Execute command. So it doesn't actually clear the blocks out of it, but you have to clear and then fill. So note to self. Yeah, there we go. All right, so hopefully y'all can learn from my mistakes and not make my mistakes. I think it's a different kind of... Oh, I'm using stone. It's fine, it's fine. We'll worry about that later. We're probably going to have to vary everything anyway. I will probably make different variations of this map. I just want to get something for Big Dude to try out. And I want to be his first submission. So I'm hoping to be his first dungeon he plays, but we will see if that works out. Somebody may beat me to the punch. But to make a well thought out dungeon, you know, you really have to take time. This has taken what? We're at the 5th episode or something like that now. So I want to make a quality dungeon where people will really want to try it out and play it. like I don't want to make I just don't want to just throw something together. I want it to be something that has value, and value takes time. You know, there's no quick way to make something that has value. Okay, so now I want them to know that they need to jump. So we're going to put an arrow. I think an arrow would be cute or cool here. Do we have some sort of wall hanging maybe? Where we can do an arrow. We can do like a yellow arrow out of this, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably our best option. Is that on the wall? Yes, okay. Doesn't quite give us the effect that we want. Because it's not 3. If it was 3 wide, it would be different. But I think if we go too far... No, we have a little space. We can go one more. Yeah, let's open it up one more. And that way we can do an arrow. Won't take that long. There is a replace command I just saw, so we can replace without having to clear first. So is that what we want? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah. With the down arrow. That looks good. Okay. Let's get the other side. I think we're gonna make the inside blocks of this something different too, because we really want to like make it clear like you're entering the dungeon, you know. Okay, now we're gonna replace, let's just clear because I want there to be nothing there, and fill it with something that's kind of visible and dungeony. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Getting there real quick. Perfect. And we'll add some torches and stuff and make it look pretty. I want to get the... same. Okay. No, replace, you need to set like what you replace, so that's not working for us because we want to it's like multiples there. And we're not about that. Okay. We're almost there. But I kind of like that the fill doesn't replace what's, you know, already there. So in case you kind of need that. Okay, so you've got a down arrow. Nothing says dive into the dungeon like a down arrow. I'm not a big fan of this blue, but I think we can kind of just we'll worry about that later. I want to make some torches along this wall. Let's get our torches. Lost Civilization lantern. Sure, sure. It doesn't want to stick to anything. That has to be sitting on something. It's strange that it doesn't want to go on the wall. Okay, well, color me confused. I guess plan B. I think I want to replace that blue with like a darker one, like a black, but that we can do that later. Right now I want to get, while this video is going, because we're already at 30 minutes, I want to make sure that the player has water to jump into. So that's kind of like my goal right now. So we're going to bring this closer, and we're going to, we need kind of like a measuring, a way to measure how far past, like how much lip there's going to be. So we'll just fill this real quick with something, and then we'll use this as like a guide, but we'll take it way later. Okay, that gives us kind of an idea of where we're going to put like the boundary of the pool that the player is going to drop into. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's make it ominous. Yeah, I like that. That's what I'm going to use up there too. I'm sure there was a better way to do that. Okay, so let's get our ominous block. Where did I put it? We're gonna have a pool in no time. So the first challenge in this is the trust fall into the water. See, the player will jump from here down into the, and actually I think we want this connected now that I'm thinking about it, so they don't go too far, like they slide, they don't go out of the area. That's okay. They will fall to their death if they do. But at least that gives them a backdrop to fall into. And I want to make sure that when they're looking down, they can see the pool. So, you know, they're like, okay, I'm confident I'm going to survive this drop. So let's make the base of this. I think we're going to do the base of this, do the same block. Okay, so now we can put the water in. Let's make it 3 deep. I think 3 deep will be fine. Oops. Fill with water. Look at that. The first pool. Alright, and then when they come out of the pool, they will come out right here and begin their first challenge on the precipice of doom. Okay. Which I think our first challenge of the dungeon is going to be a series of... I want them to really see... it's going to be a jumping challenge first, something real simple. Just a few jumps and across the precipice. And then I think they can make that jump, but maybe it doesn't need to be. It's the start of the dungeon. Okay, so 2, 1, 1, 2 as a jumping point. Okay, so let's give them some light. And yeah, these torches just don't want to be attached to anything. So let's give them some walls. Oh, I just got rid of my selection tool. I want to keep the selection tool because I'm using that like crazy. All right, so 4. Perfect. Leap from the precipice. I think that is a great entrance to our dungeon. That looks great. Okay. I think I want to put some pillars here just to connect it. We had some pillars somewhere. Yeah, we have pillars here. I wonder if there's a better color for our pillars. I think there is. Ooh, shale brick wall. Where are the pillars? There's some gray pillars. Yeah, let's do the gray. That's a little bit better. What is it doing? It's doing that thing where it gets really close to me. Because this dungeon's not about, it's more than just, it's going to be more than just battling. Like this first section here is about jumping. So it's about accomplishing a purpose. you know, like a challenge, because there'll be like puzzles and stuff I think I want to try to put in as well. And I'm going to put a pillar on the first one, but not on the second and out there. Okay, so, but we need some light, and I really don't like that I can't put light out, torches on the side. But I think we can do that. Yeah, and then, because it needs to be a little bit dark. I mean, let's be real. It's a dungeon. Okay. So they've got small jump, long jump. And we are going to have them have their first challenge on this their very first challenge right there on the jump. This is the Dungeon of Wolves after all. So, little dungeon wolf to face, and he'll just be right there. Okay, so that'll be the first enemy of the dungeon that you have to face. So getting the bow. Oh, he's asleep. He's so cute. I can't wait till they add pets to the game. I want pets. Give him a little bit more area to wander around on. Okay. Is he gonna fall off? Dude, don't fall off. No, but I hope he doesn't start on fire either. Kind of scared. I don't want him to set him on fire. So he's just gonna chill on that platform. Okay, and then the next one I can't see, so I'm gonna do the selection tool. Perfect. Start the player off with a little bit of challenge. Get all the way here. Okay, and let's entice them with a chest, maybe. That would be fun, to have a chest in the distance of, oh, look, there's going to be treasure along the journey. Okay, so what are we going to put in this chest? That's the question. Let's give them something stupid and just make it be like the most random dumb thing that they don't even need. Something silly that's like, I think empty potion sounds great. We're gonna give them an empty potion. Okay, we'll give them something useful. We'll give them a bolt of shadow weave. How about that? Does that sound good? And some empty bottles. So that they will be like, oh yay, a chest, and then discover that it's nothing. Which I feel like an ancient chair. Maybe a place to rest, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they need a place to rest. Yeah, little place for them to rest and chill. And collect their empty bottles and shadow weave bolts after they've killed Mr. Wolf there. Alright, and so once they go past their resting area, now they're going to loop back down and underneath. So let's create that wall. And they'll be like, where do we go now? And then they'll see they need to like go down, you know. to get to the next section of the thing. Fill with our block. Alright, so they will see that the map know where to go forward or to the sides, but just always down again. Love it. Okay. I want that. Where's that brazier? That's the one I want. And I think I'll put the braziers at those braziers every time they finish a little section of the challenge. They'll have those. Maybe we should make a door and just have them go through the door into the next area, into the next challenge, and then we'll just move them around the map like that. I think that sounds good. So let's do that. This door is 3 wide. It's not gonna work for us. Need like a dungeon door. There we go. What do you think? I like it. So there we go, we've got our first challenge. Now we need to test this out and see how it is. So let's go to the spawn point. And I wish that I could... Actually, you know what? We're going to test it in... Actually, I'll test it off video because I don't want to ruin surprises and all of that for people. So I will test the map in adventure mode and make sure that all of this functions when I stop this video before I start recording the next one. And so that will give me an idea of like, but that way I can back it up. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And I will, let me take a picture of this real quick. Oh, come on. Why did it put the brush there? That's not what I wanted. I need to get a screenshot, so. Come on, Wolfie, look this way. This is gonna be like our signature screenshot right here, if this wolf will look our way. Oh, you are now standing on the lantern. Come over here. Pose nice for us. There we go. There we go. Dungeon of Wolves. I'll just have to flip this. Perfect. That's great. I think that's our cover shot. All right, perfect, guys. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Yeah, catch you soon.